What's up, everybody? This is Rene Rodriguez and Ryan Rodriguez with One Star Day. And we're here with Adrian Monroy, our lovely assistant.
What's up, everybody?
So we're here today because we've got a new song coming out, huh, Ryan?
Yep.
A new One Star Day song. It's been long overdue. It's called Luna, Can You Light My Sky? And we just showed it to Adrian.
Yeah, first impressions, man. Like, I honestly really loved it, man. I'm not just saying that because you guys are my boys, but I like the fact that it was very, it's got that heavy undertone, but then you have like this really cool, like almost clean, like not like a lead guitar, but like another layer of a clean guitar. And I've loved bands that have that type of purposeful duality,
Right.
where you have like a clean guitar and a crunchy guitar, and it sounds. We grew up with like grunge and alternative and
Oasis.
Oasis, man, and they're actually touring with one of my favorite bands, Cage the Elephant. So, God, I will sell a kidney to go see them. But anyways, back to you guys. You guys have like this kind of like a little bit of a homage to like the grunge, alternative era from like the mid to early 90s, and I love it, man. Absolutely loved it.
Thank you, bro. Thank you. Yeah, that's what we've heard so far. A bunch of the people that listen to our music say that it's got a 90s vibe. And I for sure dig it, because I think it's coming back for sure. That sound is coming back for sure. We don't sound nothing like Creed, but I know Creed's making a comeback because people are into that sound, right?
Man, if social media, if there was any doubt that it has any influence on society, the resurgence of Creed is total proof of that, man.
That's the proof is in the pudding, bro. It's all right there. So yeah, man, we've gotten my sound. I don't purposely go into my songwriting process wanting to sound 90s, and we've talked before about how my biggest influence, my ultimate favorite band ever is the Red Hot Chili Peppers, but I sound nothing like them. We've got a song coming out soon though that for sure pays homage to them. But as much as I love the Chili Peppers, all the other bands that we grew up listening to, the Pumpkins, Nirvana, Foo Fighters, I think their influence is in my music a lot stronger than my top two favorite bands.
And when it comes to like influences, we obviously know what, because stuff that we grew up with. Now, when it comes to like Ryan's influence, like is there something besides what your pops introduced you to that you bring out in your drumming? Slipknot, damn.
Mijo's a metalhead.
Yeah.
Sweet, dude.
My mom introduced me to that, but he says that my cousin did.
Okay.
Yeah, little Rudy was listening to that too, and you kind of wanted to be like your cousin for a while whenever he was playing that.
But I would assume, like, again, me and your dad growing up as like guitarists, we wanted to play the hardest stuff, the fastest stuff, the Metallica, the
Megadeth,
the Slayer, the thrash stuff. So it makes sense that Ryan at his age would want to play like the heavier metal stuff, because even though I'm not a big fan of metal now,
exactly,
dude, it takes an immense amount of talent to play metal. Like,
it was a lot more aggressive, a lot more intense and energetic, so it's a lot more fun to play.
I get that, man.
But I also remember being in my late 20s, early 30s maybe, and seeing local metal bands perform. And I remember at that point in time, I was like, this isn't my... Respect to that crowd for sure, but that wasn't my crowd anymore, bro.
Yeah.
I not that there's anything wrong with that music, because I still love it. I can still listen to Pantera religiously. But to go see it live, it's a different vibe now. Like, I don't know.
Is that, I don't know how much of that is, again, maybe the youth factor where Ryan's like the way we were, like gung-ho about like fast, heavy music, and then maybe as we get older, we're like, okay, I can appreciate the shorter stuff.
Yeah, I think, you're right, bro. I still appreciate it. I still love it. but it's just the mosh pits, bro. I can't. Back in the day, you were told not to take the chingazos personal, right? I always took it personal even back then, even more so now as an adult. Like, oh, if you give me a putazo, you're going to get a putazo back, you know?
Yeah.
You can't be that way, but...
Have you got into any pits, Ryan?
No.
Yeah.
I've always been in the seats, even on my first ever show I went to, which was Slipknot. I was in the VIP seats, but it wasn't like there. It was like in the middle part. And then both times we went to see the Chili Peppers, we were in like the same section at the top, at one of the balconies.
We had slightly better seats the first time we saw them, though.
Mm-hmm.
For the Peppers.
Yeah.
We had real good seats the first time. The second time, I got the first seats that Ticketmaster offered me.
Uh-huh.
And they weren't nosebleed, but they were bad, bro. I didn't like those seats.
And here's the thing, Ryan. Like, when we were growing up, concerts were affordable.
Few and far between, though, too. Even though they were affordable, they were few and far between.
Now it's like, oh my God, concert tickets are... And, you know, your dad...
True to roof.
Yeah, so the fact that he's taking you to so many concerts, and that's a cool thing. And we went to a Battle of the Bands where some of your friends were playing, and
Jane Like Fire.
Jane Like Fire, that's right. And man, they were really good. I honestly think not because they're your homies band. They were a really good band, dude.
They were, and they didn't even make it to the fifth round.
They didn't make it past that round, bro, and I thought they were the best band that night.
Yeah.
I don't know how much of that might be predetermined, prejudged, or anything like that. But
I feel like it was very biased and predetermined, bro.
nah, they murdered it, dude. They really did great.
There was that lounge band. All due respect to their music, there's talent behind it, right? But to me,
Lounge band.
it was a lounge elevator band, whatever the fuck. But to me, bro, and I think I pointed it out to you because as old guys, we were sitting down early. I was tired as fuck.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck, my feet hurt. But whenever that band came on, they haven't even played 2 or 3 notes on the guitar when the judges were dancing already.
Yeah.
There's no feel for the music just yet with 2 or 3 notes, not unless you're fucking Hendrix. I was like, these people are, that's who, I don't know who won, but I'm thinking to myself, that's who's going to win this show because they got these people dancing.
Yeah. It needs to be a little more biased, man. Unbiased, excuse me. It needs to be a little more unbiased. But that night, your homie's band was Jane on Fire?
Jane Like Fire.
Jane Like Fire, yeah.
I think they kicked ass, bro.
They did really good. But, well, getting to your guys' music, I wanted to ask you about the recording process. I actually had the luxury of meeting Tony. I went a couple of times to
Our producer.
Yeah, and I mean his setup is awesome. It's in his garage, and he has it set up like beautifully, man. The guy should be an interior designer on top of a producer. And
you should see it now, bro.
Dude, he is like, and the way he's like so focused on
meticulous.
It, dude. Like he is an artist when it comes to it, man. Like he is just zoned in. I was in awe. I was like, fuck, man. I'm like keeping a lot of his. Me being an idiot and just talking my mouth off like I'm doing now, I was so impressed with how focused Tony was and diligent it was. And I mean, you've recorded with Tony before in the past, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's always been Tony.
Oh, okay. And was this experience any differently because it was just mostly you two?
No, so usually I always go in and record the guitar parts. If I'm not off my tempo, because that's one of the things that Tony's really meticulous with is tempo. You got to be on time, and the way I play raw and funky, whatever, I could slip out of time here and there. So I don't think I struggled as much with this one as I did previous songs. He's always on time, bro. Ryan's always on time, but I go in there. That one we did the guitars one day, right, and the drums the second time. Mm-hmm. But that song, now that I remember correctly, when I first wrote the first riff of it, I wanted this song to be acoustic, bro.
Really?
And it sounded cool, so it's recorded acoustic. It sounded cool, but then Adam was still going to sing to it. And Adam was like, you know what, man, I like it, but I want to hear this electric. And he wasn't wrong.
That's right. Adam is he was a vocal. You guys had done 2 songs with him already, right?
We did
Yeah.
Glow, Ryan's song first with him, and then 1985. Adam was the primary singer for Yolotli, and now he's the primary singer for Letters from Wolves.
Yeah, the guy's got a set of pipes on him, man.
He's got pipes. He's got pipes.
And speaking of that, so he sang on those 2 other songs. Was this song more personal to you? That is this why you started singing on it, or like what was it? Like this is the first time I hear you on a recording singing, bro.
Mm-hmm. This is my first time singing, bro. But it's funny you should ask. No, so if we go back to 1985, so the story behind that song, or the influence behind that song, I wanted to tie in the Back to the Future theme to my story. So yeah, the Back to the Future is ultimately just a backdrop to what I was feeling at the time.
Yeah.
And I had told Adam, "Hey man, here's what I'm thinking," and verbal diarrhea of my ideas or my thoughts, whatever. Do what you can with this. Throw in the 1985 Back to the Future references in there. Cool, awesome. So literally, this new song, since I'm singing this time around, it's essentially the same story, but coming from me directly, since I took the initiative of singing this time around. So it's in no way, shape, or form similar to 1985. It's not. It's just now that I'm singing it, I made it more personal for sure.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And how was the process for you? Because I know being a guitar, ex-guitarist or whatever, ex-musician or whatever, singing can be crazy, intimidating, and with every artist is their own worst critic. How is it for you doing vocals for the first time?
So when I first went up against the mic, I was okay with it. I wasn't nervous. Ni al pinche diablo le tengo miedo. But no. It was I wasn't nervous at all because I do karaoke a lot, bro. So I'm like,
oh, that's right.
so if I can get up and sing in front of anybody, whether I've got the best voice or not, which I don't, I knew that I could do it, bro.
Yeah.
I was more concerned with my lyrics than my vocals. But once I went in and sang, and once we recorded the first verse, and the second verse was actually something else before, but it's not too repetitive, so I nixed that. But once I recorded those first 2 parts, and Tony said, he's like, "Dude, you can sing." I'm like, "Oh, thanks, man." That boosted my ego for sure.
Yeah, no joke. When I heard the recording right now, I was like, "Wow, it sounds really great." And again, it's a lot of people don't realize like a singing voice and your talking voice can be completely different.
Right.
And I was blown away at how great it sounded. I mean, this is not trying to diss your normal
And-
fucking voice,
And
but
no, I got a bad fucking talking voice.
there's Ray Romano here,
Dude, you gotta hear my coworkers, bro. They'll make fun of me and they'll ask me a question. I'm in the back seat of the truck. I'm always right in the back. They'll ask me a question, and I answer whatever the fuck they ask me. And Isaac, one of my younger coworker, so he mimics me, bro. I do know when I'm always in the mood to talk, whatever. But when I'm not really paying attention to what I'm saying, I mutter or I mumble, and so that's where they get that from. But also going back to my talking voice. These dudes think I'm super Mexican, bro. It's the El Paso. I don't know if it's our cadence, the way we talk, or maybe I just talk like shit. I don't know. But these guys think, based on how I talk, they think I'm like super Mexican, bro. And I'm like, no, dude, this is how everybody in El Paso talks.
Well, no, like I could swear that it's a good example of like someone that talks differently than when they sing, and it's like Michael Jackson, dude. Like the guy was pretty much a falsetto, like when he talks, but he had range. So.
Yeah.
So, but the fact that it's your own voice and it's such a personal thing, even I still get like really self-conscious whenever I'm singing at home on my acoustic.
Right.
It's a personal thing, but I'm glad you did it, man. It sounded really good.
Yeah, I'm glad, bro. I think this is a good stepping stone for me to continue singing on the rest of the songs too, because now that I've got this one under my belt, I'm like, you know what? whatever becomes of this song, again, I don't have the best voice, but I've got a decent voice, I think, and I've got more confidence now going into the next one and the one after that. I'm gonna be all right, bro.
No, I have great confidence in you, man. It was really mind blowing to hear your voice like that. And well, I guess moving over to Ryan, since he's yawning, listening about your dad's beautiful voice. Did you feel like your drumming changed in any way after recording other songs and then just doing this with your pops, just the two of you, and already being comfortable with Tony and his experience? Like, did your drumming improve in any way? Were you more comfortable?
I feel like I improved a lot because I think it was on 1985. I think that was the first time I ever recognized where Tony can delete a part of one of my drums because I made a mistake. He played it again, and I told him, this is the part that you need to delete because I am mistaken on this part.
Okay, so you were more comfortable, like, kind of guiding the producer and in that, because I could imagine being your age, how intimidating it is going into a studio. But you've been doing this for a long time, man. So you've got an advantage over, hell, even me and your dad when we started playing. Like, it's a huge advantage.
Mm-hmm.
You're comfortable, you know. You're not self-conscious. So.
Mm-hmm.
And then what's cool with technology is Tony can see every individual beat that Ryan hits, every note that he hits, and his timing is almost impeccable, bro. Like, Tony can at the click of a button, he can make it fall into time, and you just see his beats move a fraction of how big that note is. And Tony's like, I've had people in the studio where it moves significantly. He's like, and Ryan's on time. He's off by a hair. So he's got it, man. He's a natural.
Yeah, Ryan. That's even more reason not to be a booze hound or druggie, because you keep that solid timing. Because well, when you touch the hard stuff, you get stupid like me. But that's great, man. And so talking about the other part of the rhythm section, if it was just you two, were you playing bass, or what was the deal with the bass?
So the plan was I was gonna play bass. And I came up with a bass line. I don't recall if we recorded it or not, or if I was just jamming out to the track with that bass line. But it floated with the music. It went with the music. But Tony was like, "It's too busy. It's too busy, bro. Try to do something more like this." And he asked me for the bass guitar. He's like, "Do something more like this." Boom, 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 boom. And he does whatever the fuck Tony ended up doing.
Yeah.
And I was like, just, you play bass, bro. That's it right there. You play bass. It's like, really? I'm like, yeah, dude, do it. So, and I'm kind of glad that he helped us out with the bass too, man, because, dude, I don't need all the credit for the song, you know. And I think with every song that we've put out there, or two songs before this one, I've always accredited Tony with the final product, you know. And because he deserves it, rightfully so. As much as he puts into all our songs, that credit has to go to him too, you know. So more so now that he's playing bass on the track, it makes him feel like to me, it makes it feel like he's part of the band, you know. So
yeah, shout out to Tony. And the name of his studio is called what again?
Dark Side Studios.
Dark Side Studios. Yeah. A great bass line, man.
Very punchy, it's distorted and buzzed, and it sounds great, I think.
Nah, dude, I'm so impressed with his work ethic and how diligent and formulaic he is when it comes to it. And it was literally like seeing like a master chef in the kitchen, like just zoning in. It was really impressive, man.
Yeah, we were talking about it yesterday, and we were talking about that, and we were talking about work and some other stuff, and to me, watching him play with all the buttons, not only the physical ones, but even the ones on the screen, like, I'm sure once you give your time to it, you figure all that shit out, right? But to me, I was telling him, it's comparable to a cockpit. Like, whenever I walk onto a plane, you see all those buttons and controls on a plane. Like, I'm sure they all do something, you know, but as long as that motherfucker goes up and lands safely, I think I'd be okay, you know. But Tony knows all the bells and whistles and everything, and And whatever he doesn't know, he invests time into learning it too, bro.
I was again. He's just a savant as an engineer, recorder,
Producer.
producer, like really good stuff. But I guess the next thing I wanted to ask was something towards Ryan. So me and your dad being guitarists slash bassists slash singers in your dad's case,
Hmm.
we know our instrument. We know exactly how to tune it properly. We know the tension on the string. We know what sounds we like. Obviously, it's a pain in the ass to take your full drum set out there. Now, when you go record songs, do you feel like playing on somebody else's drum set throws you off? Is it a challenge to play somebody else's drum set?
Well, sometimes like I don't. It's the same thing for me as long as like it's the
The
same
layout.
setup. Yeah, the same like layout as how I have it. If it's like one tom only on the other one, I'm fine with it. But like if like the hi hat and the snare and like on the other side, I can't do it. Like I have to start getting used to that.
Okay, so do you ask the producer, or is it me not being a drummer? I'm very ignorant on it, so I don't know. Is it a pain in the ass to change the setup, or is it pretty quick?
No, no, no. He hasn't messed around with it with much other than the throne, huh? The seat.
Yeah. So like sometimes I always bring my stool because like the one that he has, since like when the other bands that he does, they're like adults, they stay really like the chairs really low, so I have to bring my chair in order to like stay like where I'm at right now.
But what's cool is Tony does involve him in the process too. Like Ryan lays out his drum tracks, and then Tony will ask him, "Hey Ryan, do you want whenever you hit the snare, do you want it to sound like this or like that or whatever?" It'll have the. We actually talked about it yesterday too, where you could actually hear the little wires at the bottom of the snare.
Oh, right.
It's not a shimmer, but I guess I'll call it a shimmer. But he was asking if we wanted the clean snare or if I wanted that sound on there too. It makes it sound more organic, more because it's an electric drum set, right?
Yeah,
So I was like, no, leave it in there because I know that he would want that.
yeah.
But whenever, because Ryan didn't go yesterday, but whenever Ryan's been there and he does his drum tracks, Tony does ask him, what do you want with your bass drum, or what do you want this to sound like, or
Hmm.
and he'll tell him.
Wow, so you could pick kind of like the timbre to each.
Mhm.
Wow.
The depth or the tonality, yeah.
Wow, it's the world. I mean, drumming to me is probably like one of the most challenging instruments to learn, and I don't think it gets the respect it should. Everybody sees the lead guitarist shredding out, or because you're so far back in the stage, right? But dude, like it's like learning another language playing drums. So my respects, man. Um, I guess moving the conversation back to like gear. Um, do you have like a specific guitar you use for it? Like I really loved how you had like a clean sound on top of like the grungy alternative rhythm guitar. Did you have different guitars for each one, or what was it?
No,
For that?
so that one's all my Telecaster because whenever we first went into the studio with that song, I had just got my Fender American Ultra Telecaster, the white one, the pearl one. I had just bought it, and I love the way it sounds, bro. It's a great guitar, so I used that one. I know with Glow, I was using my Stratocaster because it's more of a funky heavy, right? So I used my Stratocaster for that one, the black one, that's behind me somewhere. And then with 1985, I used my D'Angelico behind me over here. Very similar sound to a Strat also, but we did that whenever we recorded that song. Same thing. I had just gotten this one, so I wanted to use it. So with this one, Luna, Can You Light My Sky? I had just got the Tele, bro. So I wanted to make use of it.
That telly is gorgeous, man. Hopefully in this section you could put in like a little
Yeah.
image of it. It's a sexy Telecaster.
I love that guitar, bro. It's the second I found it and touched it, I knew she was mine, bro. That was
if only women could be that attainable and
sure.
loyal, but that's a whole different conversation. But All right, so I guess getting on the conversation of females. So the song's called Luna.
Right.
Uh, is it a moon reference in Spanish? Is it a girl? What's this about?
I'm using Luna because I'm not as poetic as he is, as he was, and I never will be. But I love how Chris Cornell,
Oh,
in every band that he was in, would always mention the sun. In a bunch of his song titles or a bunch of his lyrics, he always mentioned the sun. What's bigger than the sun in our universe, in our immediate universe? Because I'm pretty sure it's bigger than what we think it is.
of course. Yeah.
But he mentions the sun on obvious songs like Black Hole Sun,
Yeah.
with Audio Slave Shadow on the Sun, Sunflower, his solo project. He mentions the sun a lot, bro. Am I going to mention the moon in a bunch of my songs? I doubt it. But I was kind of going that direction, though, that route. And I think in this case, the song's about perseverance and for sure, having been misguided at some point in time, you let stuff go, whatever. And it's both. I kind of feel like the way I wrote the lyrics, it's both. Yeah, man. If ever given the opportunity to take a shot at this again, I'd take it. But it's also, you learn from the past. You learn from your mistakes. You know what. You know what not to do the next go around. It was just my story, bro. I just figure. Not to get too personal, but I just figure with any song, we got to sing our truth. I don't want to sing fake bullshit, bro. And that's kind of like what I was talking about earlier. I'd already done this with 1985 with Adam on vocals, but now that I was taking my stab at it, I was like, I'm going to sing my truth as far as the song goes. And that's not to say, oh, I'm stuck in the past. No, it's a chapter in my life. I'm going to put it out there, you know? But it's also one of the ways I was looking at the song too. It's not even just about that person in particular, because it could also be looked at as, I'm not one to ask for advice ever, you know. I've always been smart enough to know what the fuck I'm doing wrong or whatever, you know. I don't ask for advice, and we do get unwarranted advice here and there, whatever, by the people that love us and care about us for sure. But I'm not one to ask for advice. I know what I did, or I know what to do. I know where I went wrong here and there. But I figured you can also look at Luna, the way I'm singing the lyrics in this song. Can you light my sky? Can you light my way? It's every now and then we do need an outside perspective too. It may not be the person that I was singing about at all either. It could be, hey man, this and this and this and that happened. What am I doing wrong? Light up my path or light up my way, whatever the fuck. And I don't know if that makes any sense, because clearly you heard the song, you heard the lyrics. I think the song, in a sense, is all over the place. It's not very chaotic, but it's a bit here and a bit there. But I kind of dig it that way. I think that's the way I wrote it. That's my style. It is what it is.
So knowing the influence that the amazing Chris Cornell had on you and the way he would reference the sun a lot, did you purposely go the other angle and go with the moon?
The direct opposite? Yeah.
Oh, okay. And I love how it sounds like it's obviously about an ex-lover or something, but how appropriate is it that it's called Luna, and the moon's always
a constant,
and it's always it's got a connotation with romance. So,
oh, that I did not know.
Yeah, that's why I was like, hey man, it's pretty appropriate that it's a romantic song, or a song about romance, and it's about the moonlight and all that.
Yeah. that was not deliberate, bro. Like, no, that's cool. That was not deliberate, but I'll take credit for it.
All right, yeah. You heard it here first.
I'm a romantic, people.
Believe it or not, ladies, even though you probably commented on his post that he's a piece of crap. No, he's a total sweetheart.
What did you think of the lyrics?
I think it was cool. When I first heard it, it didn't sound that cool. But like right now,
I first heard it sucked, Dad. I was embarrassed to meet your band.
But right now, it sounded a lot better. I think I like it a lot.
But do you remember when we first had the complete layout minus the vocals, and I'd be driving, listening to it on repeat. It would kind of annoy him, but I listened to it on repeat, and every once in a while, I would just sing random shit to it, and he'd be like, "Daddy, that sounds cool." And I think that's what I kept for the first verse was what you liked, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the first verse, and if you listen to the first verse, it says it's a play on cliche. Excuse me, it's a play on cliche quotes. So I'm talking about a ship is sailing beyond the bridge that's burning. Oh, I forgot my own fucking lyrics. They're right here. Ship is sailing beyond the bridge that's burning in the wake of a broken heart. So ship is sailing. There's that common saying that ship has fucking sailed.
Yeah.
And then it's sailing past a bridge that's burnt. I've burnt so many fucking bridges, Adrian. You know, he don't know what that means yet, but he'll learn eventually. But it's a play on those cliche quotes. You know, I lost my train of thought. But yeah, that's the first set of lyrics that I came up with when we were driving, and that's been the constant beginning of the song because I know he liked it. It came out of nowhere. I stuck with it. Even now with the song being complete, I'm happy with it. But to me, the opening lyrics were what to me is the pinnacle of that song because it came out of nowhere and it sounds great to me. And not to say the rest of the song isn't as good, but it was hard, the pressure I put on myself to try to match that.
Yeah, I don't think people realize how vulnerable you are and how self-conscious you can get when you're writing your own song, man. Because it's super personal.
Mm-hmm.
And you're a very open guy when it comes to your feelings.
Oh, I don't give a fuck. On my sleeve.
Yeah, which is great, but to put it into like a song is damn, dude. That's personal, you know.
It could be. It's personal. It could be. Yeah. I'm opening doors into criticism and
yeah.
ridicule.
And which is why I applaud you guys for like being an original band and writing your own music and stuff, you know. So, and it's true that you don't ask. I think in our recent hanging out this past year and a half, you hardly ever asked for advice, man. So I don't think you've asked me on any advice ever.
Just diet stuff, just health stuff, and that's it.
Yeah, that's about it.
But as far as like my mental battles or whatever the fuck, like nah, I know what the fuck I'm doing wrong. Yeah. I know what I'm doing right. I know what I'm doing wrong. I know what I've done wrong. I know what not to do again. Like I'm not one to like. I listen to a lot of people for sure. A lot of people reach out to me, and I welcome it. You know, like I'm never bothered by it, but I appreciate that people like my opinion also. You know, in a sense, I feel I gotta be careful how I say this because I don't want people to think that they annoy me because they don't. I feel like I'm annoying. Like I feel like if I were to ask for advice, even though like I know the answers to my own woes, I feel like if I were to ask for advice, I'd be annoying. Mm-hmm. So I'd rather just not do it. But I've got an open door to whoever wants to ask me anything. And I've got friends that call me for a lot. Going back to Adam, I've been able to vent to Adam for sure. Not advice, but I've been able to be vulnerable and talk to Adam about stuff, you know? Wow. Like Adam's a good listening ear. And
yeah, dude. Adam's got a...
And you are too, sorry.
Oh, no, it's fine.
We talk about a lot of stuff. But yeah, not advice unless it's health. Sorry.
And that's something you got to realize, Ryan, that a lot of people don't have that connection with their parents like the way you do with your dad, man. Like that's really valuable, and you know, I even feel like I don't have the connection with my daughter that you have with your dad, dude. So that's a huge part of your development and growth is. First of all, you're hearing your dad and all his idiot friends like me talking all the time, talking our dumb stuff. But your bond with each other is amazing, man. It's admirable. It's something every parent should strive for. Mm-hmm. So I already see that he's growing up to be a kick-ass kid, man. Mm-hmm. Like, well, wise behind his
ears.
Yeah. So speaking of wise, only because one of the cameras is running low on battery. I wanted to ask you guys, what is your best guess for the Super Bowl outcome that's coming up soon?
Eagles.
Really? I never would have thought that you're an Eagles fan, huh? That's kind of a weird guess, really.
I got in trouble today, Super Bowl related.
No.
It's cause so my school, since it's a Super Bowl, every year they have a little board, and it says Eagles and Chiefs. Who do you think is gonna win? And I put a point for the Eagles. What expo marker? I crossed out the Chiefs name and I put the little girls.
Is that school?
Yes, I got in trouble for it.
That's a good thing.
I had a story on my social media. He was playing Fortnite, and I don't know if he saw that video or not. And if he didn't, he's going to find out now. But he is 10 years old. He's almost 11.
Uh-huh.
He's not entitled to privacy just yet. He's a little boy.
Uh-huh.
So he knew from the get-go that I'm going to look over his phone. I'm going to look at messages, make sure everything is appropriate, right? Yeah. Whatever. So he's playing Fortnite, and I'm sitting down next to him. He doesn't realize I'm doing it, but I'm looking through his phone. I look through his text messages. He's got messages to me, to my parents, to his mama, whatever, to his buddies. Nothing out of the ordinary. So then I go into his Instagram.
Oh, hey, no.
No, I'm not gonna say what you're thinking. I'll say not what I caught you looking at, but
an 11-year-old boy who would have algebra, right?
Yeah, algebra. We'll call her algebra. No. He sent messages to the Philadelphia Eagles. He sent messages to the Kansas City Chiefs.
Oh.
Their official accounts, and he sent messages to Patrick Mahomes, his official account. Essentially, he's telling the Eagles to kick ass, to not follow the NFL pre-written script.
Oh, I didn't even know
to let Saquon Barkley kick ass and cut loose. And what did you tell the Chiefs, and what did you send to Patrick Mahomes?
I did forget.
Essentially telling them that Taylor Swift carries that team. That if it wasn't for the referees, they wouldn't be as far up as they are. So I'm looking at his phone and I'm like,
made you proud.
Made me proud. I was gonna cry. So
Taylor Swift
that
carries the Chiefs.
that he's that much of a fan that on his own time he's gonna pick up his phone and talk shit
and bust some balls.
It'd be awesome if they responded, bro.
How much is Taylor Swift next? After this.
Oh man, I'm proud of him for you, man. That's
man.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
Hopefully you got some Monopoly money riding on this game, because of course we.
No, I don't bet on Eagles games. It's bad juju. I think in the past, anytime I put money on the Eagles, they lost. So it's been 20 plus years since I put money on them. So I don't mess with their juju as far as gambling goes.
I've never been a sports guy or whatever, but when it comes to you guys performing or playing, do you guys have any the way a good luck charm or a ritual would be for a sports game? Do you guys do any rituals when it comes to performing or anything like that?
We pray every time.
We pray every time. We hope Jesus is on the Eagles' corner.
Yeah, every time the opposite team is close to
catching up.
Yeah, we always pray.
We always pray. I don't gamble in the Eagles' favor, and if I'm watching the game, I never do overkill. One Eagles item and that's it. Because you got the motherfuckers that wear the hat, the necklace, the jersey, the pants, the shoes. I don't do overkill, bro. Just one article of clothing. That's Eagles, and that's it.
You're not like David Putty in Seinfeld, where you gotta support the team, man.
No.
You gotta support the team. That's very graceful of you for being reserved and holding back on your.
No, I think it's like anything else. Like even with music, whenever we dress up back in the day to try to look like we were rockers or whatever the fuck, I was never overkill, bro. I was never the one to overdress the part either. You know, you could tell we were into. Oh, you could tell I was into rock music, but I was never. Partially because I was broke, but no, I'm just not one to overdo it, bro.
You don't make it your identity.
Yeah, I don't make it my identity. That's just it. And everybody knows if people mention the Eagles, they're gonna mention Rene. You know, but it's not my identity.
Right.
Like, do I lose my shit whenever they're messing up? Oh, fuck yeah, I do. But it's not who I am, bro. It's not. I love the football team. I'm glad he loves them. I'm glad my niece Ruby loves them. I got her baby some Eagles onesies that he's going to wear on Sunday. And yeah, we'll be praying a lot that day, huh?
My teacher got mad at me yesterday because I wore an Eagles hat, and he told me that he was still mad about the 41-7
Against the Cowboys.
I forgot I bet on that game $5. My friend still owes me.
Ooh, there you go. No more betting, bro. You don't want to jinx the birds.
Well, if I had a team, which I think if I'm not a big sports fan again, but if I had a team, it would probably be the Packers. And if there's a team I would have respected them losing to, would be the Eagles. So that was a fun game. But I guess wrapping this up, anything else you guys wanted to bring up before the game on Sunday?
No, just wishing our birds the best.
Yep.
Hoping for the best outcome. Hoping we've got happy tears, not sad tears. But besides that, going back to Luna, Can You Light My Sky? That song is going to be released on Valentine's Day.
Really? Valentine's Day. That's sweet, man. It's my birthday too. So,
oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I just figure release it on a holiday.
Yeah.
No connotation behind it. I just figure it'll make sense. It falls on a Friday. Release the song on Valentine's Day.
Wouldn't it be something if it was a full moon on Valentine's Day?
We'll look it up. We'll have to look it up.
Oh, man. The universe is in your favor.
So yeah, you're gonna see me posting the hell out of the song once it comes out. But even prior to the song coming out, I'm gonna promote the hell out of it. So please, it'll be available on most streaming platforms: your Spotify, your YouTube, your Google Music, your Apple Music. It's gonna be everywhere. If I get the song early enough and I've got time at work, I'll make a lyric video for it to come out on the same day, if not shortly after. But I'm excited for people to listen to the song.
So
Yeah, I think you guys are gonna like it. I'm glad you didn't blow hot air up my ass. You genuinely said you liked it. So
I did.
I want to thank Tony at Darkside Studios for everything he did, helping us with that song as far as the production and the bass guitar. The bass sounds amazing. Sounds great. My vocals are all right, but it's a great song. Any final words?
no.
Fly, Eagles, fly.
On the road to victory. EAGLES Eagles.
Yeah, don't spell it like the mayor did.
No, the mayor of Philly.
She fucking spelled EGLSES or something like that.
No.
They're even making shirts and everything.
Oh my God! Thank God for memes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh yeah. She
Philly's-
misspelled Eagles big time.
Philly is crazy, even on the regular season. So of course they're gonna clown her.
So yeah, stay tuned for the song. Stay tuned for everything One Star Day. And yeah, pray for my birds.
Yep.
Pray for our birds.
All right, guys. Well, it'll be coming out February 14th,
2025.
2025. That's a Friday. Start getting your downloads ready for that. And this has been Rene Rodriguez.
And
Ron Rodriguez.
Adrian Monroy. How you guys doing? On the Long Story Longer podcast.
yeah, that'll work. That'll work. Yeah, Long Story Longer podcast preview. No, we're not going to preview the song just yet, but just stay tuned for it. It'll be great.
Yeah, you guys are going to love it. And thanks for listening. Tell all your friends. Share the video. We love you guys.
Peace out.
Bye. I'm gonna go taste Taylor Swift.